Cool. I love the simple truths.
Yeah.
I mean, just the hey, if Joseph did decide to have get Mary stoned, would Jesus had to said that his mother was a crackhead?
Maybe, I don't know. Thank God we never found out.
Right.
I mean, there's so much stuff in that chapter that is so awesome.
That's amazing that you teach that, because I'll show you. Let me see what I got here.
For all the generations of
Hold on now. I want to go here, and I want to share. And I want to share this one. I want to blow it up.
for all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David to the carrying away the
Who's that, Michael?
Babylon.
That's my granddaughter reading the Bible to me on a Saturday morning.
14,
Oh, what a beautiful child there. Beautiful girl, man.
and the carrying all away to
She's gorgeous.
Babylon to the Christ are 14
Oh,
generations.
Even as
Nice.
neat.
Nice.
You're muted, Mike.
Could you hear her?
Yes.
Sort of, yeah.
Even a 7-year-old can understand it.
Yep.
I was, I wish somebody had me in the 2nd grade, making me start a book like that, right?
Yeah. Well, I did have somebody like that in 2nd grade. She was called my mother.
I love it. I know. I love your testimony for her too, Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for her.
Like I said, she was the one who taught me, don't you believe anything that somebody says is in the Bible if they can't show it to you.
Amen.
And that's what we did tonight. We showed people something and we explained it in a logical way that, using great principles of the word, interpretation of the word.
Yep. We certainly are blessed. I am so blessed to live in this day and time.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yes, sir.
I don't know if any of you have seen them yet, but inevitably somebody will say Happy Holidays and somebody else will say, no, you got to say Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, I have a problem with Merry Christmas. First off, it ain't no place near the time Jesus Christ was born. That was back in September. And the whole idea of a Christmas came from the Catholic Church, which, I'd never followed. I know Mike was somewhat of a follower for a while.
Oh, yeah, I was a child masser.
Yeah.
Child mass. They sacrificed the children that was born to the goddess Ishtar. They did. Literally, that's what the first century picked up, because they were combining all these, trying to get all these, include all of these different backgrounds.
Yeah, all the pagan rituals.
They would give the virgin to be impregnated in April, And then the babies that were born in December, they would sacrifice to the sun god so that the sun would come back up, and because they were afraid that the sun was going away because the day was getting shorter and shorter.
Shorter and
So they would sacrifice the children, and that's what they called it child mass. They actually had a mass to the sun god in December 25th to bring back the sun, please. And they would sacrifice children.
Right.
Well,
Most
we
people-
need to look at that as golden opportunities that when people do say Merry Christmas, that at some time with some people that we can actually have the opportunity to teach them the truth.
Mhm.
right.
But
And
really, I kind of got over that a long time ago, and I really held on to a thankful heart. And if they thought about Jesus for that one holiday or that one day, praise God, maybe it will plant a seed for the upcoming years in their lives.
She got over it. I never got over it. I always tell people, "Oh, you child massacre son of you."
Yeah,
The conflict in our house. I hate Christmas,
yeah,
and she's grown to love it.
yeah.
well,
It's all that positive building shit. I don't know.
Well, we used to put a little Grinch in Mike's chair.
Well, here's the way I see it. It's kind of like when they're advertising a new movie. A movie comes out, they have these huge posters. You know what I mean? The big movie poster marquee things that you see when you enter the door, and those pictures will have something from all the different stories that are going on in the movie. They'll have a couple of different stars of the show featured, and they'll be in their garb or whatever they wear. They'll have their uniform on or something like this. And there might be a favorite, like there might be an airplane in it or something in the background from a different segment of the show. But they try to give some of the main points of the show all on one picture. And I think that is basically how Christians look at Christmas. They mix it all together into one little picture. And it's our job to straighten it all out.
Right.
Lengthen the movie, make the movie a little bigger, and to show them how it all fits together. It's not just one little snapshot in time. It actually took place over a long period of time, and it actually started 4,000 years prior, in the Garden of Eden as the plan of salvation, how God was going to get his favorite creation out of the soup. That's how I look at it, and I look at it as an opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's this time of year, people don't have all the truth. They just have little bits and pieces, and they may have questions like, how in the world could Jesus be born in the wintertime? Da-da! A golden opportunity to let them know what the truth is and show it to them from Scripture. So it's kind of like people are ready to hear the Scriptures this time of year. And so I'm willing to take full advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see it. And that's how I got over the Christmas thing, because most people don't know the history behind Christmas. But there you go. There's another opportunity to talk about it. So, because they're all thinking about it and they're all wondering about it. And so the truth will make you free. And there's no better time than this time of year than to talk about it. And so bring it on. I'm ready.
It's also very interesting how they chose December the 25th.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was this Roman god called Baracus, and the biggest orgy of the year was dedicated to him, and it happened in the middle at the end of January, right near the solstice. And that's how they decided on December the 25th. They needed something there that wasn't pagan so that the Christians could celebrate it.
Yeah, and you put all these different religious symbols and artifacts together, and then you put Christianity on the top of the box, and you've got Yule logs, and you got
Yeah.
the Christmas tree, you got pine cones, all of this kind of stuff has all been eggnog, all this kind of stuff, ham, all these different features that they've taken from all these other cultures and all these other religions, false religions, religions other than Christianity, and they brought them all together and put them into one basket and put Christianity on the name of the basket. And so that's how you end up with weird stuff like rabbits and eggs. What is up with that? You don't want to know. It's awful. And
It continues to develop too. I think about today. I mean, they're getting away from the Christmas thing and it's happy holidays so that all the world can celebrate a Yuletime gathering. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. It just continues to morph over time.
yeah, history is simply repeating itself.
Right.
We've got half a dozen or more, probably more like a dozen holidays, all trying to take their little piece of time out of this time of year, and trying to take away from Christianity rather than it's almost like in reverse. Back then, Christianity was the dominant religion, but they had all these other religions in the empire fighting each other, and so they put everybody under Christianity. Now they're trying to get rid of Christianity and divide them all back up again. It's nuts.
One generation was that short little fat elf,
Yeah.
Saint Nick.
And it's amazing that less than 100 years ago, Santa Claus was outlawed. Christmas was illegal in our country.
Crazy, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Back in the 1800s.
at the end of the day, I'm like Dana. I can live with it. And I love Christmas and all the good parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, joy to the world.
Family time, here, the kids are here.
Mm-hmm.
In general, most people are happy, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's a good time, and I love lights. I mean, I love 4th of July because of the lights.
Oh, you ought to come up to New York. You really ought to come up to New York, Dan, for Christmas sometime, some
And I
year.
don't know about Christmas.
Yeah, you're going to see us in the summertime. You ain't going to get our ass up here. No way.
I mean, if you've never been to Rockefeller Center, it is just awesome. And then you have all these great window displays, like Macy's Windows display. It's just awesome.
Well, you guys can go ahead with your positive rhetoric. I'm putting on my Scrooge shirt and
And he's had one of those too. I think
Yeah,
the Christmas we were together, I bought him a Scrooge shirt. Then I put
I've got a Bah Humbug hat.
Well, I know one thing that will come up a huge amount by the religious Christianity folks is how God became a man. And that's where I draw the line. And you will get feedback or pushback. And it's our job as truth seekers, and because of the truth that has been given to us, to overcome the strongholds of the world with truth. And so it's our obligation, in my opinion, to confront error in some of these ways and areas, but in a loving way. And I don't want to create a war. I just want to bring it to their attention that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Romans 11:21.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good.
Both good.
There you go. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Last week, you guys who weren't here, I did a teaching called the Thanksgiving Tale. And I closed it out by, King Henry VIII introduced Bibles into the Church of England. Each church had its own Bible in English, because the Roman Catholics wouldn't let them do that. And that's how the whole Puritan movement got started. So I close it out with, never underestimate what might happen by you introducing the word into a situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Never underestimate it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, he changed the entire course of history.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Henry VIII introduced that, and it changed the complete course of history in Europe.
James, I mean, that translation changed everything. Changed everything. Amazing. It's amazing. In our day and time, it's the REV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the diameter of the ages.
Yeah.
Amen.
Who do you say he is?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One day with the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
God says, I wish that you be not ignorant.
There you go.
Right. How is it John pronounces that word?
Ignorant.
Ignorant.
Yeah. Not to be confused with internet.
Right.
Educated, ignorant.
Yeah. I guess we just solved all the problems of the world.
Right.
Yeah.
In one setting, inside an hour.
It's amazing.
Like
It can be done. It can be done.
like Ted Farrell used to say when he was singing that song, they solved all the problems of the world. Of course, they had them too.
Yeah, my words are going to be, boy, I got a lot more to learn.
Yeah.
You take people from where they are and you lead them by the hand a little farther, a little closer to the truth, whatever they can handle. You give them an hors d'oeuvre, and if they like that, give them maybe another one, then maybe something to wash it down. But you don't want to choke them on a big old, make them eat steak when they're vegan or something. They're just not going to.
God, he gives you a message of knowledge and a message of wisdom, not all the secrets of the universe in one bite.
Right.
Exactly.
It's like with Paul when he got converted and God said, I got a mission for you. He didn't tell him what the hell the mission was, because Paul might have run off screaming.
And apparently knowing that the world is round wasn't real high on the priority list as far as knowledge goes. It took him a while to get that one. So the revelation is from God. He led us a little at a time until we were able to handle a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Progressive revelation.
Without falling on our face.
If I would have been downloaded with everything I understand today, back 20 years old, there would have been smoke coming out of the ears from the overload.
My head would have exploded.
Exactly. Exactly. It would have been detonation point.
Yeah.
Well, my friends, it's getting there. It's almost 10 o'clock.
I love you guys.
Love
you,
y'all.
kid. Mhm.
We'll see you next week.
Very much.
Mhm.
We will see you next week when Mr. Mike will share some word with us.
Melchizedek.
Melchizedek, another misunderstood individual. All right. So good night.
Yeah.
Hi, thanks for
Good night,
sharing.
everyone.
Good night.